Thank you so much for your kind introduction. And let me say a few words about school. Our school probably has the largest EMBA program on earth. Last year, 700. This year, 820. About 80% of them chairman CEO. This is what I call the top of the pyramid, because no school serving the chairman CEO, the most respected companies, the iconic entrepreneurs like Jack Ma, all type of. But today, I would like to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share with you my ideas, remarks on economic disruption and the next generation unicorns. Where the ideas coming from? Well, firstly, let me start with neoliberalism by then the Prime Minister of UK in 1979, Ms. Thatcher. She started neoliberalism, privatization, reduced the taxes, deregulation, promoting global investment. And her policy was followed by President Reagan, 1981. And neoliberalism also shaped China's reform and opening up the fundamental way. Arguably, China and the United States have benefited from neoliberalism better than any other country on earth. Just look at the data. If you go by the data by World Bank, and China and United States contribute about 45% of global economic growth. And then this is from 79 to 2022. US 25.2, China 19.7. If you look at the data from 2013 to 2021, China contributed 38.6%, US 18.6%, G7 country altogether 27.7%. So in terms of GDP growth, wealth growth for China, poverty elevation, I think those two countries have been the fundamental role in this unprecedented economic growth. And why? There are many reasons for that, and there are many studies on this issue. And then I have come up with two stories. One's what I call it Confucius economic sphere, which I have no time to share today. I look at the societies fundamentally shaped by Confucianism. Greater China, Korea and Japan, Singapore, Vietnam, 8 economies. Only 2 yet to overcome the mid-income trap is mainland China, Vietnam. That's an amazing percentage of success compared with the global average of less than 13%. One reason, not only reason. The second one is the economic disruption I will talk about today. You look at, for the past 20 years, you 3 data sets to reflect economic disruption. First one is the Fortune global companies. China had 11 companies. Now China has 129. Number reduced a little bit for the past 2 or 3 years. China was number 1, overtaking US. And compared with India, India had 1 to begin with. Now India has 8. Hey, look at the number of billionaires on the list of Forbes Global. Again, China has generated more Fortune global companies, new ones, and more billionaires than any other economy on earth. And that's the reason why, one reason why China's economy has been successful. Look at the third data set, the unicorns. US has been dominating. China is number 2. So this is one of the reasons China did awfully well, Economic disruption, And if you look at Forbes ranking the richest people in mainland China, this is also fascinating from scholar point of view. Look at 10 richest people in mainland China in 2010. Then you look at 10 richest people today. Only 1 remained as top 10. From scholar point of view, that's very beautiful. That's mobility. I don't want to see the 10 people, the richest people in China forever. Our Unicorn program has played a crucial role in generating what I call a new generation disruptors. We want to have new companies that can disrupt Alibaba, they can disrupt Tencent, they can disrupt TikTok. So that's one of the key ideas of this disruption program. Of course, US has an unmatchable capability in innovations globally. And then This is reflected by, by Nobel Prize winners, as well as what I call groundbreaking innovations, which is really U.S. is unique in that regard, so many companies, making so much contribution globally. So China is noted for generating disruptions. American predominantly driven by disruptions. Innovations. Innovation, disruption, not the same thing. You look at Europe, Japan. They're excellent in innovations. They don't do well in disruptions. Italy, number 8 economy globally, did not have a single unicorn about 6-8 months ago. So I visit Italy multiple times. I said, you guys need to work hard to generate a few of them, number 8 economy, otherwise this is embarrassing, So we need a new money, new kids on the block for social mobility, Social mobility very important, And including Singapore, the 4th, 5th generation, if children don't see a chance moving up, it could be a problem for the government, for the ruling party, So this program is hugely welcome globally, And if you compare China and India, and it's very interesting comparison, And in 1978, GDP per capita of China was lower than that of the U.S. That of India, So, but today, China's GDP is just more than 5 times bigger than that of India, One reason is that disruptions, not always Tata reliance, you know what I mean? Okay, always new kids on the block, That's something I want to see from a business school point of view. So I'm the founding dean of the business school. I served as a dean for over 21 years. So I'm an entrepreneur myself, So when I set up the business school, I want our business school to be a groundbreaking innovation in management education. So I targeted top of the pyramid. 2015, I started with new money, unicorns. Those 2 segments, not focused by any business school in a serious way. Whole new market, So look at the unicorns. Yeah. Now you know the background of unicorns. The issue, the reason I want to promote a new generation unicorn is, okay, neoliberalism has done so much contribution for wealth, for GDP, even for social advancement, for poverty elevation. But the downside of neoliberalism is income inequality. China, United States, among the worst. Arguably, economically, China, United States, the most capitalist country on earth economically. In China, we invest so little in education, healthcare. We don't compare well with Russia or Brazil, the BRICS. Okay, I have all the data to prove my point, So the Gini coefficient, among the worst globally, the ugly side of neoliberalism, So the Chinese Gini coefficient has been higher than 0.4, the alert level, for over 2 decades, among the worst. Same thing for the United States, So, on social mobility, China, US don't do well. So this is the background for my new unicorn program, what I call the next generation unicorns. I would like to have 3 key elements. Every one, we emphasize social purpose. Not only you make money, you'll be a new billionaire, which is fine, should be congratulated. At the same time, you got to demonstrate elements of social purpose. And secondly, global responsibility. Many of the issues are truly global in nature. We need a next generation business truly global in responsibility in that regard. And long-term perspective. I look at the political system, economic system everywhere, they're truly myopic, whether Western democracies or authoritarian. 5 years for Korea, 4 years term for US, 2 terms maximum. Present value, discounted cash flows. In business, 10 years, we talk long-term planning. Give me a break, long-term planning, Who cares about issue of relevance 200 years later? Any prime minister, any president, whatever he or she does, totally voluntary. No long-term incentive whatsoever provided anywhere, any system, political, economical, east or west. Okay. So I started this in China about 2015. We work with the top companies. Our secret is only targeting founder, co-founders, a company with A-series funding. Baidu C-series funding, and JD.com, Alibaba, TikTok, is a non-degree program. So about 3 days a module, a total of 6 modules, 1 module every quarter. We did awfully well in China. We have co-founders, 151 unicorns participated in our program, including Pinduoduo. The most popular downloaded app in the United States is Temu. Pinduoduo outperformed any of the U.S. company in the U.S. market. It's coming from our unicorn program. And some more recent ones. For the past 2 or 3 years, we're expanding this program globally. So this is what we have done last year in Dubai, in Singapore, in Korea. Dubai was UAE government. In Korea was Ministry of SMEs, and then Seoul municipal government, and the top financial newspaper of Korea. And in Milan, and this is a luxury management. We Chinese always think about lower prices. In Italy or France, even in what I call non-mainstream sectors, they always think about selling the higher prices, value competition. That's what I like, And at Stanford Engineering last year, and also Berkeley Engineering, forgot to put on there. So this year, we have, with Columbia University, this is engineering school, a whole university actually. This is a predominantly digital transformation, AI, Then in France, in Paris, with ESCP, and then the UK in healthcare, and UC San Diego in biotech. UC San Diego, one of the best in the United States in biotech, And then DC, Johns Hopkins, it's going to be October sometime. Berlin, ESMT. Then we have 2 programs with Stanford. One with Stanford Engineering is AI focused. Another one is on sustainability. So I was very interested in many of the company interested in sustainability. Duer and his friend gave $1.8 billion set up the school in Stanford. So we do 2 programs with them. One is the forum, November this year, and 2 days forum, 4 days training, 60 participants, forum 500. Next year, this year's training, we're targeting chairman, CEO, the very top company, traditional energy companies, new energy, EVs, all the stuff like that. Next year, March, our co-branded program, we're targeting unicorns in sustainability sector. So we have 2 programs with dual schools of Stanford, And the last one with UNESCO, this focus on Africa. I hope we can help to generate more unicorn companies from Africa. Let's focus on women leadership as well, not only just the unicorns. So with our success in China, we have been expanding globally. We're doing well. So conceptually, there's a regional focus like UAE, Middle East, the GCC, Singapore, and next year Latin America. And I was talking to one of the top schools here. I hope it's a program in Sydney next year, not this year, next year as well. And the second one is luxury management. That's a Bocconi University in Italy. The next one is life science healthcare. We have program in UK, a top school in the US, biotech, healthcare. And then the last one is a tech-driven, You see Berkeley Engineering, Columbia, and Stanford Engineering. And I would like to thank you for your time. Thank you again for inviting me. Thank you so much. Thank you.